This Lola, sitting here with my girl Mello, and we've been talking. I've been drinking. No, so we've been talking about what happens when the woman's makes more money than the man's.
Ooh, mercy.
And it could be jacked up. You know, Melanie and I are saying that you need to establish up front where you coming from with that kind of stuff, so that there are no misnomers.
Yes.
So nobody gets their feelings hurt.
Yes.
And so when we left off from the last segment, we were talking about how do you create a partnership, a real partnership. Melanie asked me about my parents. Mm-hmm. My parents had a real partnership. He had a job, whatever he wanted to buy, he bought, but he still contributed, and he still paid child support for my brothers and sisters.
Well, there you go. So it can be done.
So it can be done, and she made significantly more than he did.
Right.
But she didn't belittle him. But this is the bottom line, I guess, really. If you really respect people,
that's it.
Then it's not going to be an issue. If you really respect people and you really love that person unconditionally, except that they sleep with somebody in your bed. If you love that person unconditionally.
I still love you. You just got to go.
Right. If you love the person unconditionally and you really love their heart, right? You really love their spirit. It ain't about you just like the sex or you just like the money or he cute or she cute.
Right.
Then you figure out a way to balance that thing. Because partnership doesn't always mean that everything is equal. It means how you figure out, you know what I'm saying? You give the most you can, and that person gives the most they can, and you create a union based on that. Doesn't always mean that I cook as much as you do, or, you wash. When I was married, I didn't wash his clothes and stuff. He did that stuff on his own. But I cooked. But I like that.
Right.
So that's what I'm saying. You have to have a conversation about that's love for me.
Yeah.
To cook for you means I care about you.
Right.
You know, when I haven't cooked for anybody in years. Mm-hmm. You know, when I'm in a relationship with the last person I was in a relationship with.
Okay, you did some cooking.
I did. I cooked for him.
Yeah.
But before that.
Damn, I forgot about that.
Yeah. Before, that's what I was talking about. Anyway. So before that and after that. I haven't cooked for anybody. I really haven't.
Light bulb just went off.
I haven't been dating, actually. I'm not going to date till the first of the year. That's a whole nother topic. But so.
Me either.
She's in a relationship. What kind of fragging bull is that? So.
I just wanted to say it.
Me either.
So, I just wanted to say it because you said it.
You stupid.
So, I'm in a relationship, boo. I'm just playing.
Yeah, she just playing. But I mean, I like to cook. Cooking, that's how I show my love.
Yeah,
right?
I agree with that.
I cook and put the plate down in front of you. I want to watch you eat it. I want to see you wiggle your toes and get all happy while you're eating your food. I want to see all that.
You know who wiggles his toes?
Who?
I can't think of his name right now.
What the hell? And she stopped me to say, you know who wiggles his toes? And then said, I can't think of his name.
Les Brown. That's it. He talks about how his mama made a sweet potato pie so good he had to take his shoes off so he could wiggle his toes.
Yeah, a lot of men. If you can cook, you make a brother wiggle his toes. That's how you know when you can cook. Ooh. If he eating and he taking slow bites and he still got food left on his plate and you got to keep asking him, you not hungry no more? Your ass can't cook. And he not wiggling his toes in his shoes at all. But if you can really cook, his head don't come up. Like, you should not be insulted that he's not talking to you.
Right.
He's shoveling. Because he really likes the food. And so to me, that's cool. So my agreement.
Seriously?
Yeah, you need to turn your phone off. So my agreement would absolutely be.
I'm sorry. It was my real estate agent.
So my agreement would absolutely be. God dang it. My agreement would be that I cooked.
Uh-huh.
But not that you treated me like you wouldn't come inside and say, where my food at?
Right,
not like that.
Right.
So, I would cook and we pay somebody to clean the house because I'm not doing that either.
Oh, yeah. See, now I agree with that.
So you pay somebody, but there's men that say, no, you need to clean. Oh my God, did you watch the Michelle A movie?
No, from Surviving Compton or whatever it was.
Oh God.
I wonder, was it real?
I might get into that right this minute. It was so devastating that Cheryl and I was sitting there with our mouths hanging open, like we couldn't even understand how this chick was in. She went from dealing with that mess with Dr. Dre to dealing with the same thing with Suge Knight. He completely manipulated, according to allegedly, he completely manipulated the whole situation with her, only married her to get the company Def Jam or whatever, not Def Jam, whatever, the Death Row Records away from Dre, allegedly. You watch this movie and you go, is she slow? Because she must be slow. Or you say, Well, you see what her parents and stuff, her mother taught her about men and what she had to deal with for men. But it was unbelievable. I mean, because look, he had all that money. She was still the only person cooking the food at the cookout with 200 people in the house.
Oh, no.
And cleaning. And his girlfriend, one of his chicks came up to her and said, you know, Dre said he want a threesome and he wants you to come join us. She was like, what? She said, you dumb bitch. The only reason he got you here is because he liked the way you clean his house and cook his food. And truly, that's all he really cared about. After a certain point, all he wanted her to do was clean the house and cook the food because he was the moneymaker. So that's why I said, you got to get that stuff straight off the break. If you don't like to cook and he cooks, let him cook. If neither one of y'all don't like to cook, pay a food service to come in and cook. Mm-hmm. Whatever you got to do, figure it out, though, before you say I do and before you start commingling monies and before you start living in the same house that you both call your own. And I don't think that people should move into one of the other person's house because I don't care. You come move into my house, I don't care.
It's my house.
It's my damn house. 5 years later, if I see you sit a cup on the table without the coaster, I'm going to say,
get that shit off my table, man.
So you shouldn't do that. To me, I don't care where you live. If you have to rent out your previous place, when you come together, you should come together in a new space. Exactly. That's your space. Because then, look, every time she lay down in the bed, really, she wondering how many chicks you did in the bed when she lived in the house. And he wondering the same thing.
You know what? They do wonder that. I had somebody say that to me before.
That people want to know that. Because don't you remember that movie where the spirits was all in the bed?
What?
You remember it was a movie or a book where the person talked about, it was a book. Oh, I hope they make that into a movie. I think they did, though. Where they showed the spirits that the person has slept with, like the people's energy. You know what I'm talking about? And they were all in the bed with them. Oh, I got chills when I said that. That's kind of creepy.
Nasty.
But, you know, if you think about it, and you haven't changed your mattress in 10 years, but you running through folks, right?
Well, they all over you, technically.
Well, and remember that everybody has dust
mites.
And you scale, and your skin scales, and it's in the bed, and it goes down to the mattress. So technically, every woman that he or she has slept with, unless that's a new mattress, they are in the bed with you. You could take their DNA out.
So get a new bed too.
Get a new bed.
Not just a new house, but apparently you need to get a bed, a car, a couch, and rugs and shit. You need all kinds of new stuff.
No, that's how I feel. I feel like, I mean, if I'm not dealing with somebody anymore, I get rid of all the nightgowns. I get rid of all of that stuff. Whatever I wore with that person.
Well, that makes sense.
I get rid of all of that stuff.
But yeah, the first time I heard that was somebody that I was dating who was like, so who's been in this bed?
So you got to be real serious with me, though, to ask me some dumb shit like that, because I'm not going to go buy a $1,200 mattress just because you might not be around that long. Yeah. I mean, I got that. I understand. You have to get, I'll be on who been on the sheets.
Well, yeah, that was the first thing. It was really who been on the sheets. Did you change these sheets? Of course I changed these sheets. No. First of all, yes, I changed these sheets.
Well, when I started dating with someone, I buy new sheets.
Yeah.
And
you know what? Sheets. That's exactly what I went out and did.
I buy new sheets for their bed, and I buy new sheets for my bed.
That's what I did.
And I will take all the rest of the sheets and put them in a box somewhere and say, if I leave, you can put that shit back on the bed. Yeah. But if I don't let me see them sheets no more. I don't want no towels.
Go and throw those out.
You throw all that stuff out. Anyway, we done beat this horse. But, you know, I think it's a good topic. And we want to know what you think. So after you watch these segments, please go on to That's Just Lola on YouTube and leave your comment. Tell me what you think. What's your situation like? Go on to That's Just Lola on YouTube. Go to that page and tell us what's your story like if you're the woman who earns more money than the man. How will you respect it? How do you respect him? How does that work out for you?
Yeah.
Do you pay all his bills?
Right.
We want to know. Inquiring minds, I swear to y'all, this stuff flying past my face. I'm not
hallucinating. It is. I see it. There's a little something right there.
Yeah, see? So thank you guys for joining us with another episode of That's Just Lola. Remember to subscribe. Go to That's Just Lola. Comment, and share it with your friends. We'll see you next time.
Share it.
Share it with your friends.
Share it.
We'll be back next week.
We'll be back.
Love you.